Although Riptide cases are obviously still in the in-game store and decreasing in price as more come into supply, if we take a look back at Broken Fang cases and how they've been performing in the past month, they've doubled in just a short period of time. So today, I want to focus on these Riptide cases, when we can expect them to reach their bottoming point, and how, if you follow these things the same way you follow Broken Fang cases, you could buy in at the perfect time and double your money as we've seen. So as always, if you guys enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And quickly before we get into it, check out my sponsor, Free Cash. Free Cash is an easy to use site where you can earn money by completing simple tasks on your PC. By going to the Earn tab, there's short surveys you can fill out, mobile games you can play, and videos you can watch to earn coins, which you could turn into cash instantly. On average, it only takes around 18 minutes until users cash out for the first time, and there's an average of $18 earned a day. Their withdrawing methods are also incredibly diverse and give you all the options you need. There's gift cards, skins, crypto, PayPal, really anything you want, and a great way to make some easy money if you've got spare time. So be sure to check out Free Cash with that link in the description today and sign up with my link for a free 100 coins. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, let me just make it clear that I don't think buying these things right now is a good decision. Not only are these things obviously still in the game, but a new case hasn't been released yet with the same knives as Riptide cases. Either way, let's take a look at the trend of Broken Fang cases and how I think they'll compare to Riptide this time around. Let's start by looking at two key points. First of all, May 3rd, the release of the Snakebite case, which of course had the same gloves as Broken Fang, which caught a lot of people by surprise that it would happen this quick, and caused a huge dip in price from around 87 cents to 50 cents in just a few days. After this, we saw some reaccumulation, but it just couldn't hold this price. More and more people wanted to sell for cheaper and cheaper until we hit September 21st, the release of Operation Riptide, which caused it to hit its lowest point to date. And since then, it's slowly started increasing back again in price, especially in the past month where it's entered the 60-cent range. So the two key points to keep in mind. Number one, we're going to see a big dip when a case inevitably gets released and has the same knives as Riptide, whether that's the Dreams and Nightmares case or the one after. And number two, when the release of the next operation comes, we'll have a time period of months where the Riptide case has been decreasing because it'll have a cheaper alternative that's a free drop in game where you can get the same knife. And if it is the same thing that we saw last time, it'll have one final dip and slowly but surely start increasing again when the new operation comes out, because that'll cause a dip in it, and then people will be like, oh, it's really low in supply already, tons of people buying up, and we'll get more into that in a second. But what exactly makes these cases worth anything, especially 60 cents a pop once there's a cheaper alternative out there with the same knives? Like, the Snakebite case is literally 8 cents on the market. Why isn't everybody buying that instead of the 60 whatever cent Broken Fang case? Well, there could be a couple reasons for it. More players just liking the skins in Broken Fang cases more players owning the Broken Fang case because they just had this sitting around in their inventory from the operation and just deciding to open it one day, stuff like that. Either way, people are not afraid to be buying them off the market either if they get too low in price. So here's why I think the same thing's going to happen with Riptide cases. The shop system in-game is obviously really similar. You get the cases the same way. Supply should be incredibly similar, and most importantly, there's tons of these things being opened. In November, there was over 3 million Riptide cases unboxed, and even though they're in the in-game store still, that number is far above any other case. The clutch case is actually surprisingly the closest to it, but either way, you can see directly to the left of the Riptide case bar that there's over 1.6 million Snakebite cases opened and 1.2 million Operation Broken Fang cases opened still, which is still an amount this far after the operation that's absolutely insane. Millions of these cases being opened a month is a lot of demand to keep up with, and as time goes on, the number of supply of Broken Fang cases on the Steam market has significantly fallen off, especially in just the past month. This chart shows the past year of supply of these cases in the orange area, and As you can see, that number has significantly dropped off since the release of Riptide, from nearly 400,000 of these cases on the market to just 130,000 in a bit under 3 months, and now we've sort of plateaued for the time being. But as you guys can see by the Steam market trend, cases doubled in price once they bottomed out from Riptide being released, and as supply dropped lower and lower, price raised more and more. Personally, I think that especially this time around with Operation Riptide cases having probably what are the best knives of all time, or at least very good knives that people like, that it's possible we see even more of them opened after the operation ends than we did with Broken Fang cases when the operation ended in that case. And either way, I think these things could be a great pickup once the next operation gets released. They hopefully will have their final one dipping point like we saw with Broken Fang cases, and then start to pick up in price and potentially double like Broken Fang cases did. The good thing about this as well is that we do have Broken Fang cases as a sort of a guide as to how Riptide cases should act in the future. Maybe a new operation will cause Broken Fang cases to start taking off in price again as well, and these cases will turn into a good investment if you buy them at the right time. I'm sure we'll see a significant dip in them when a new operation comes out, because we always see investments get hit with the release of an operation, and then hopefully supply should drop off more and more, just like we saw with Broken Fang. But past that, time will only tell, and it's definitely something I'm going to keep a close track on alongside the supply of Riptide cases once the operation ends, and especially when the new one begins. So once again, just to clear things up, I don't think buying these things right now is a good idea as an investment. If you own them, I still think you can sell them at like the 55-cent range or whatever they're at now, and if they mimic the Broken Fang cases trend, you'll be able to buy them somewhere in the 30s and hopefully sell in the 60s when the new operation comes out. So besides that, I think that does wrap it up for this video. So as always, if you guys enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.